Good evening, Hope Dealers. Happy February. I'm excited to be with all of you tonight and loved having so many of you at my house and at Beth's Spa and Resort, as we now call it, on Saturday, and just had such a great time seeing all of you who were there. So I am going to jump right in with a couple of announcements. One, I trust you saw about the 2 new products already today. And I was given the eye cream in Maui along with a few other full-size products that are really, really awesome. And I am seeing a definite difference under my eyes with this. And we're all writing in on, what we've seen. And we're all saying, this is the best eye cream we have ever had. So I can tell you, you can confidently promote that one. The Derm Results Glow Lotion is a lighter weight formula, same ingredients. It had excellent clinical trials. I love my glow cream, but I ordered the glow lotion first thing this morning because I want to know and I want to be able to speak honestly to it to my clients. So I can't wait to try this one. For the sake of time, one thing we are not going to talk about tonight is the new experiential success plan. That might surprise you, but I am not going to take up, first of all, I love it. I completely support everything in it. But there is a really great call that was done today. Linda and Cecilia go over the math. It's all on the source. There's FAQs on the source to back up the documents that are on the source. You all do not want me to repeat what was on the call. Read what you can read in the notes. But I'm going to tell you that I will, if you've read it all, you've listened to the call, you've looked at the FAQs, and there is a question that's not answered on there, please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer anything that you cannot find in there. So we have so much more to do tonight on the call. I only get 30 minutes with you, so I'm not going to repeat what you can find already. So the next thing I want to talk about is February is just the second of the 6 months of the trip earning period for Atlantis. And Arbonne has generously extended the date. If you saw my post for registering for the Path to Empower, you can still watch the recording from last weekend. It's $55 to register and you get 100 of the 1,050 points you need to earn this trip. That's very close to 10% right there for just watching this great training. And when you earn this trip, you will very likely promote to area along the way. It's one probably will not happen without the other. Okay, speaking of area, if you saw my post, Cecilia's amazing area manager VP retreat that Fran and Amber Fry and I all went to in November is now going to be September 22nd through 24th in Dallas. Write it down in ink on your calendar. Connolly and Amber and Fran and I are all for 1,000% going to be at this retreat. Of all the retreats I have been to in my 16 years in Arbonne, this is far and away the most meaningful one I've ever been a part of. And it's probably also been the one where I have laughed the hardest, but due to the Arbonne Olympics. You might have seen some pictures and videos. And you know what? Laughter is so good for the soul, and you will laugh until you cannot stand up. And but the retreat itself, the teaching is extremely meaningful. You have to promote by to area manager by August 1st to go. That is a long time away. Plenty of time to promote and even have another area manager that you've promoted come with you. So on that, please, please, I beg you, do not let a single negative word come out of your mouth about your ability or lack of ability to earn Atlantis or qualify to go to this retreat. Do not say, I've never earned a trip. I've never done that kind of volume. I've never promoted others to district. I don't know enough people. Nobody I've talked to is interested in the business. You hear the vein of going, don't say any of those things. I am a firm believer that when the why is big enough, the how will come. Commit to speaking only life and truth over yourself and your business. As soon as you hear it forming up here, do not let it come out of your mouth. It just comes more real. Deal with it while it's still up there in the thoughts and get rid of it. I just saw Nova. I am highly distracted. Hi, adorable little Nova. I'm not going to look at you anymore. I'm going to look at my notes. We're going to do a little bit of math in the next few minutes, but there's going to be math and mindset mixed together. You're going to see why. that it's not just straight math and then a talk on mindset. They've got to go together. First, I think everyone has the memo now. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the chat because I want to see some things when I start talking. I think everyone has the memo now that when you promote to district, if you simply maintain district with 2,500 for your first 3 months, you get, well, what kind of bonus? Type it in there. And then you maintain it another 3 months and you get an additional, and there's another number. I know someone can type it in. I love so many things about this. There we go. Wait, the first one was, did someone type the first one? Connolly typed the second one. The first one is a 1,000 bonus for having maintained 2,500. There we go. And then the second one, 1,500. I love so many things about it. One, it's simple to remember. I know all of you can remember it right now. 1,000 at the end of 3 months, 1,500 at the end of another 3 months. I love that it's a big reward for maintaining. It's not, in the past, it's been, okay, here's the reward if you get to district, and then all of a sudden now you're doubling it and doing all of this, which was a great reward. But this is just for maintaining it. I've always said to everyone who promotes to a new level, and if you're already a district, you probably saw me write this in my card to you. I always say, take a breath, but not a break. Has anybody heard me say that? Take a breath, but not a break. But the reality is that too many sprint to a new level, and then they reward themselves with a long break after. And we kind of have a funny phrase for that. If anybody can beat me to saying it, I'll give you about 5 seconds. If you sprint to a new level, there is a word that comes right here. It's known as, oh, come on, y'all know this one. The too many puke. Thanks, Con. Too many have a sprint and then puke. Sprint to the new level and then puke. But you know what? The 2,500 basic building block is not anything that requires a sprint. So guess what? There is no need for a puke after. It's a good rhythm. So first, I'm just going to break down the 2,500 into 4 weeks. And I looked at February, and it always looks like a short month, but if you start with today, you can still find 4 weeks, Wednesday to Wednesday to Wednesday. The last one will end on a Tuesday. So you've got 3 full weeks and then a 6-day week. That's 4 weeks. The last, and if you take that and 2,500 and divide by 4, it's 625 QV in each week. So decide, instead of going 2,500 in the month, might sound really big, but 625 in the, looking at the comments, 625 in a week. So that could be just 2 sets of the 30 days. It could be 2 sets of the 5-step derm results glow set. It could be 3 of the healthy habits set. That could realistically come from one group event, in person or virtual. It could realistically come from a couple of one-on-one appointments. It could come from sending out 2 or 3 sets of samples of any of those products with follow-up. Use your 90 days journal or your daily method for success pages, either one, to hold yourself accountable daily and stay on track to close each week with that 625, and it will feel doable and fun and just a steady rhythm that you can maintain. So in a minute, I'm going to calculate your paycheck if you're new and started today to promote to get in qualification for district, and then if you promoted. And this applies to everyone, not just those. This applies to everyone at every level, because it's the job of all of us to have that $2,500 building block. Just like you, I woke up this morning and my number for February is 0. So my job is to have that $2,500 building block at a minimum. Quick Arbonne math terms: commission is the 15% you earn on your preferred clients. You might have 25% on an Arbonne 10. I just always have preferred clients. So I'm going to use that, the 15% that you're paid weekly on your preferred client orders. Overrides is the amount on your district or higher once you promoted to those. So no sooner am I going to start this little math lesson than I will have to veer away for the mindset lesson, because if you miss the mindset piece, you're not even going to listen to the math, because you're going to think, I can't do this. How can I have 2,500? But if you listen to this and come to believe in yourself that you can do a $2,500 building block, that you can reach district, you can help others grow to district as you grow to area. So it's February 1st. We're all starting with zero, and we're all going to be as though we are new consultants who need to get in qualification, because reality is we all do need to build a stable, healthy, growing business. First, set a good, great, and awesome goal for the month. Now, include more than the QV goal. Include how many group events you're going to have. Include what is your goal for how many times you will sit down with someone in person or on Zoom, on the phone, and share the business opportunity. And on the QV goal, aim way higher than 2,500 for your awesome goal. What if you believed that there are two others out there who could get in qualification along with you? You could have more than the full 6,000 and promote to district in 1 month. It's done. People do this. This is not an impossible thing. But if you're saying, how can I help somebody get to district? I've never gotten to district. I just started the business today. I know that's true of at least one person on the call, that they did start today. Welcome, Kim. So if you're saying, how can I help someone get to district when I have not even done it? You're right. You can't help them get to district. Your district manager or your area manager or your RVP or all the above is the one who is going to help them get to district. Your fun job is just to find those people. Share what you found in Arbonne. Listen to what their needs are. And when you see that sleeping giant waking up inside of them and they begin to see what's possible and they want to start, then get your upline involved so that they can help them start strong and keep on going strong. They'll train them right along with you. So deal with your limiting beliefs now so that you can live empowered and free. I know a moment ago I was breaking down 2,500, and stay with me here on the 6,000, because if just aiming for it, just making that be your awesome goal, why not? Because even if your usual monthly QV is just something like under 1,000, under 500, this can change any month that you want it to. So here's the mindset piece, and you're going to go, this book again, the 7 decisions. I cannot get enough of this. Fran has a friend or relative who sent her the DVD of this, not knowing that her crazy MVP had been talking about it on every call for months. She watched the whole thing. Beth is reading the book and as obsessed with it as we are. So I highly recommend this book, probably at the top of my list, top 5 books that I've ever read in Arbonne. They're all pretty even. So this one's talking about the first decision is the responsible decision. So it's talking about not playing the blame game, not having there always be a reason or an excuse why this isn't happening, why we're not where we want to be. If only this hadn't happened, if only this had happened. And so on that point, I'm going to read straight from the book. The problem with this line of thinking is that if you don't accept responsibility for where you are right now, you have no hope of changing your future. I promise you, if it's the president's fault, your neighbor's fault, your spouse's fault, the government's fault, the weather's fault, then you are truly stuck. What are you going to do about the president, the weather, your neighbor? I'll tell you, nothing. But if you can find the answer to your problems in the mirror, if the solution lies within you, well, there is boundless hope because you can start working on yourself today. I love that. And in case that didn't get across loud and clear, which I'm sure it did, I went on and wrote it out in a little bit more Arbonne language. If you believe that you're where you are because of an outside circumstance, because of the distractions, because life is crazy busy, no one uses that word, do they? Crazy. Life is just crazy. If you think that you are where you are in your business because you've got young children at home, believe me, there's others who are wishing that they had young children at home so that they could have all the mom activities that all these other moms seem to just get to naturally be thrown in with all these people all the time. If it's because of a husband's attitude or a friend or a relative's disapproval of this or the dark, depressing winter weather, then you have no hope. You're powerless over those things. But if we accept responsibility, full responsibility for everything in our lives, really own it and begin to change our thinking, then possibility is everywhere. And there really is boundless hope because we have the power inside us to create change anytime we want it. Let that sink in and do whatever it takes in the form of reading, reflecting, soul searching, praying, talking to others who will lift you up and speak truth, and get to that point where you accept that full responsibility and then know that not only can you help enough people each week with the products to end that week with 625, but you can share the message that this opportunity exists and bring 2 or 3 others in and let your upline train them right along with you. If you believe your doubts and think and continue to say, I can't find new people, I can't find people who will do this, then you're not only closing the door on your own dreams and the future that you envisioned when you started this, but you're keeping others who you may not have even met yet from being able to realize theirs too. Hold on one second. So if you can keep going with me here, now that we've had the mindset, set your awesome goal to 6,000 and step out and enjoy the adventure of looking for those who are looking for you. When you believe that there are those out there looking for what you have to offer, it is amazing who is put in your path. Set your great goal at 3,000, that's halfway to district, and make your good goal 2,500, which is qualification for district. Then you can finish in March with 3,500 or April with a total of 7,500 over the 3 months. Talk to your upline and get if you need more clarification. But if you aim at awesome and you fall short and hit great, that is awesome. If I'll use the word awesome, if you aim at awesome and hit great, you're going to feel so great about yourself. You're still such a winner. And then if you fall a little more short and hit good, that is amazing. You're going to have your $2,500 building block. So I'm going to quickly calculate your paycheck. If you did the 2,500 in February, March, and April, if all that 2,500 were from preferred clients, then your 15% commission would be 375. There's other scenarios. I only have time to run through one. At the end of 3 months, 375 times 3 would be 1,125. That's in your first month in Arbonne, first 3 months in Arbonne total. Now it's May 1st. You wake up as a new district manager and you are excited because you can now begin to qualify for the district manager sustainability bonus. You did not sprint to district. You worked at a pace that you could maintain. You closed each week around 625, so no puking timeout necessary. You're in a good rhythm now. You've established good work habits. You're confident that you can do this again and maintain district May and then June and July. That's another 1,125 in commissions, an added 390 in your district override, and a $1,000 bonus from Arbonne, totaling 2,515. Rinse and repeat in August, September, and October, just that $2,500 building block in your district. And that's if all the commissions calculated if all 2,500 is from preferred clients. Those 3 months end with another 1,125 in commissions. I'll write this out if y'all want it. 390 in overrides, the $1,500 bonus from Arbonne, 3,015 in your first 6 months as a district. I'm not counting what you earned in the months you were qualifying, but in your first 6 months as a district alone, that would be 5,530. That is amazing. I would have earned that in my first 6 months. They didn't have that. This is the first time. So you all are super lucky. Those of you who are not districts yet. And if you are districts and above, we're lucky too, because we get to offer this. We all get to offer this to someone new. And that 5,530, that's if you just stayed a team of one. If you share this opportunity and help others to do this along with you, you could have way more than that. And you could have your $200 district manager bonus. I don't see Jane on here, but I know that Jane earned that this month. So that's an extra 200 from Arbonne. And anyway, there's more money that could be earned, but that's just one example. All right, now another fun announcement. On your way to area manager, another great opportunity for training and community and fun, like we had last weekend, is our Hope Dealers $2,500 QV building block retreat. And it's going to be March, that's in next month, March 24th through 25th, Friday night, Saturday. Place to be determined. It will either be at Connolly's, Beth's, or mine, or a combination of. We will let you know. I know you've seen the pictures. You're all voting that it's at Beth's Spa and Resort. We're hoping for that too. Con and I are back up. But whatever level you are, whether you're a new consultant, a district manager, area, VP, it's have your $2,500 building block in February or in March by the 24th. So if you don't do it in February, you've still got March 1st through 24th, and you can come. This is going to be a real gift to everyone who joins. We could just say the $2,500 building block club, because that's such an important part of building a stable business. We call it, laying a brick every single month. And that builds a steady foundation. For those of you out of town, if you can get here, I can promise you there are plenty of beds in Hope Dealer Homes that you can stay in. We would love to have you get here. And we'd love for every single person to have that 2,500 building block and be right here. Lay that brick. That's right, Amber. So, if you all commit to enrolling new preferred clients every month, take good care of them, write them thank you notes. I call mine. I can't call them all every week or month, but I try to make calls that have nothing whatsoever to do with Arbonne so that they know that I care and remember what we talked about last. If you get them new, catalogs and new samples, you will be amazed at the stable, healthy foundation that you will have down the road. Cecilia and Deanna, Lynn taught me from the very start, always go for your area volume in your district and your region volume in your area. It's not, and that was such a great piece of advice. I don't know if Linda Parker said it on the call today. I've heard her do 3 different calls, and I can't remember which one she said it on, but she had asked Peyton Mott, whose name some of you recognize. She's a 5-wide national vice president who began this business and promoted to region while still in college, started at 19 in her dorm room. Extremely successful national vice president. Linda had asked her if she would give her the average of her central district. This is just her district over the last year. And it was like 34,000 a month that she did in just her central district. And I said, that just raises the bar for me. So I had to see, we say don't play the comparison game in Arbonne, and I'm not doing this as comparison to think, anything negative about me. I'm doing it as I want the bar raised for me. So I thought I'm going to look up mine. And for the sake of time, I went back 6 months, August 2022 through January 2023. And my average in my central district was 13,000 a month, with the highest month being 17,900. And while it's not Peyton's, that is the result of not only enrolling new, but being consistent over the years with doing all those extras to stay in touch and show my preferred clients that I appreciate them. And I share that not to draw attention to that, but to say, sometimes you just can't see where this is going. And it seems like at the beginning, it's a lot of work, a lot of no's. I still get the same, amount of no's, but there's so many yeses in there, and they just keep growing. So if you keep doing this month after month and year after year, there's a base like that is averaging something like 13,000 a month. So now my goal in 2023 is to double that average QV in my district, and that will come by continuing to give good service to the existing ones and continuing to enroll new ones. And it's such a joy to enroll new ones, because I see that they are being introduced to products that are going to change their skin and health. And many of them will be introduced to a business that could change their life. So just a couple more minutes. I know y'all are going, she is long-winded tonight, but I am wired. If you've been in Arbonne for more than a few minutes, you've probably heard it said that the only way to fail is to quit. I've heard that a zillion times. I've said that a zillion times. And I still believe it's true to some degree. But I thought, there's a lot of quitting that takes place before that I take the exit door now and I'm done, quit. And a few things that come to mind on quitting before the big quit are things like quit getting up early and reading, quit setting and reviewing goals, quit envisioning the life you want to live, quit doing the activity, quit establishing the good work habits, quit practicing gratitude, quit looking for all the learning lessons there are in the setbacks. You get the idea. It's usually many of those little quits that happen before someone quits on themselves and quits on their dreams. So I want to share one thing. Actually, I don't want to share, but I'm going to share one thing. As someone who is an Arbonne lifer, if there were a report card on all those categories I just said, the things you shouldn't quit doing, I think I would have given myself a lot of A's and B's until I heard something that Debbie Neal said in her Path to Empower keynote. She said, you quit when you stop being excellent. And even though I knew I'd done a lot of things well, I mean, I earned Cancun, I earned Punta Cana, I earned Riviera Maya, and I just shared with you that Central District. So you might think that's excellent. And part of that was, but I know myself, and I know that while my standards have been good, they have not recently in the last year been the excellent that I know that I can be. Excellence, where I share the business often enough that I'm personally promoting more districts, areas, regions, and nations. I had not settled on my word for 2023 yet. Who has a word that they, find? We're always trying to find a word every year. It is like the biggest challenge to me to find a word because I have all these words that I want. But I thought, there it is. It's excellence. So I am promising you that, as I promised myself, that excellence in 2023. I'm going to share one more quick thing because I still have 2 minutes that Debbie Neal said that spoke to me too. You know how we talk about our system being 40 faces? And for those of you who are new, that's 30 to 40 faces. Get in front of 30 to 40 faces, new things, Fran, new every single month. And, Debbie talked in her Path to Empower about that backyard barbecue where she was introduced, where, this person introduced her to the Arbonne opportunity. I've heard that story so many times, I could tell it as though it were mine, but this time she added one more detail. She said her sponsor did not go to that barbecue looking for a face to check off for one of her 40 faces. She went looking for a national vice president and she found one. And I thought, wow, I think we can apply that on every level. I know that for me, I thought I will be looking, not just for, did I talk to one more person? Did that party last week that I did with 6 people there and 4 of them 0 interested in anything? Am I going to count those? That's, maybe it would count, but it doesn't mean something. I was looking for my next national vice president. And maybe NVP feels too far out there. Maybe you can't say, I don't even know that I could walk in a room and think I'm here looking for my national vice president. But could you be doing more than checking off a number that you had 40? Could you be looking for the next person who could use an extra 6,000 over 6 months? Could you be looking for an area manager whose life would be changed by earning consistently 2,000 to 3,500 a month? I think that as long, just being intentional is how that spoke to me about who am I looking for every time that I'm in front of someone new or in a group. So really quickly, I shared with you, those of you who are over here Friday night for dinner, we do have furniture now, please come back. I share the words of EMVP Sandra Tillinghast, whose name you probably don't recognize, but she was one of the ones who was direct to the home office in the beginning. Somebody went first, and Sandra is one of those. And she was amazing speaking, because we all knew she was speaking in between her chemo treatment. She was just diagnosed 4 months ago. And she said, we are warriors. We know how to do hard. Never be ashamed of a scar. It means you are stronger than whatever tried to hurt you. And then close by saying, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. And I thought that ties back to what I was saying at the start about taking that responsibility, accepting what is, letting go of what was, the things you can't change, and let's have faith together in what will be, in what will be. Sorry, I ran out of air. Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. All right, it has been great being with you. I want to be able to talk with you more on the next call. I know this was extremely one-sided. I want to read Allison's comments over here, but thank you so much and happy February. And I hope we'll see all of you at Beth's, Connolly's, or my house as 2,500 building blockers in March. All right. Good night, everyone. Recording.
And also, if you're still on, can you hear me? Come to Ann's if you're local on next Wednesday. I just want to throw that in there.
Yes, and that is a Discover Arbonne, and we always share the 30 days to healthy living at that, and different ones of us speak from our experience with Arbonne in the opportunity and also in the 30 days. So this is a great place for you to bring your guests. All right, good night, everyone. Where is the end recording?
Night, night, night.